Mike here. Welcome back to Grampie's Workshop. Boys, I'm glad you're here today. We're getting ready for spring now, so I have Nanny's Husqvarna lawn tractor here in the shop. So it had a rough summer last year, so we had to go over it today, check it over, make sure everything is kosher, and probably make a parts list because I'm going to need to repair some things, I'm sure. So this is the Husqvarna lawn tractor. It's a Husqvarna YTH21K42, and if you look inside here, it's a Kohler Courage 21 horsepower 597cc engine. A lot of people report bad things about that engine, but knock on wood, it's working good for us. We had Hurricane Fiona blow through here 2 years ago, and I never cleaned up the yard much after Hurricane Fiona went through. I was too busy like hauling wood away and getting wood cut and rebuilding boathouses, things like that. So anytime I was mowing the lawn, I just mowed over everything or anything that was there. Consequently, this deck had a rough summer along with the whole tractor, but I know the deck is in bad shape. I think there's a spindle broke on it. I know one of the blades had fallen off the last time I used the mower last summer, so I know that there's work to be done there. This lawn tractor, by the way, we bought this in April of 2013, so it's 11 years old this month. Not bad, eh? 11-year-old tractor, working good. Let me try and see in here. I think that says 243 hours. So one of the things we have to do is change the oil. We have to change the filter. We want to check the spark plug. I should check the air filter too, because it's probably filthy, dirty, rotten after the summer it had last year. Also, I'd like to check the valve lash. That's something I like to do about every 5 years or so. And we're going to go over everything, make sure everything is just the way it should be, because it did have a really hard summer last year. So the first thing I want to do is take the deck off. So we have this little bungee cord on here. The reason for that is just when we're mowing up close to something, we can pull this deflector out of the way. There's lots of videos on how to remove the deck, so I'm not going to go into a great deal doing this. So we pull this out here, like so. I'm going to lift this deck up, like so. Bruce Pender and the Pender Lift. Man, oh man, I don't know what I'd do if I hadn't seen this Pender Lift on Bruce's shop channel. So first of all, here on this mower deck is just a lot of dead grass, so I'm going to clean all that off. Okay, so before I flip the deck over and check underneath, one of the things I want to check is the condition of these, the bearings and the pulleys and whatnot. The sheaves, they look good. These two sheaves here, you see how they're wide mouthed? That's because the back of the belt runs in that. It's only a V pulley that the V goes in, that the V part of the belt goes in, the narrow side goes into that, the back goes on the wide pulleys. So both of those sound pretty good. There's brakes on here. That's one of the safety features. When you disengage the deck, these brakes come on, stop the blades from rotating. So I want to check these pulleys here, so I have to release the brake, and you do that by pulling this. There's a big old spring on it here. So what I want to do, I'm going to just take that spring off because it makes it easier. And I have this neat little tool here. I don't know whether I showed you that before or not, but it's just I got this from a buddy of mine. He gave it to me. Pretty nice. Thank you very much for that. It's just a piece of steel rod. Formed a little T-handle on it, and then put a hook on the end. And the beauty of this is you just hook it on a spring like this. And try getting the spring off, and grabbing at it with your pliers. Look at that. There we go. All right, so that sounds good. This one doesn't even feel like there's the blade is on it. So one of the blades fell off the last time I used the mower last summer. And I think it was this side here. Okay, so we're going to put the spring back on, so we just will hook that in there, and then just like I can see, just like that, it goes back in the hook there. So that's good. A nice tool, pretty handy to have. All right, I think step one here is I have to clean all this dead grass out of here. But I'll come back when I get this kind of halfway cleaned up. I see here when I'm doing some inspection, this spindle, although it's not broke, the end of it here is wore really, really bad. So I need a new spindle here, and I think I may as well change both of them at the same time. I need 2 blades because my blade was bent real bad. I don't know what I hit with this, but look, this is supposed to be a straight edge. See, it's supposed to be straight like that, but it's not. So I need a new blade. To get the spindles out, I have to take these rollers off. So we're going to try and get this loose with the impact. Now these should just lift off, maybe. Huh. That should come off there, eh? I don't want to put too much pressure on it. Don't want to deform the pulley. So it was at this point when my camera died. Don't know what happened there, but the camera died. But I did get the pulley off with that technique of using the puller. But what happened was the center part here of the pulley, that's supposed to be a splined hole here to mate up with the spline on top of the spindle. And because of all the abuse I was putting the tractor through there last year by mowing and wrecking the deck just about, this drive pulley turned on the spline shaft and jammed itself in place. So I had a heck of a time getting it off, and both splines, both pulleys were the same on both splines. So that's what happens when you abuse your equipment. So I brought this outside so that I could use my grinder with the wire wheel on it to try to clean up this rust, because scraping it by hand just wasn't getting it done. So we're going to try this, see how it goes. What a dirty job, look at me. Oh, God. Oh well, we got her cleaned up. I'm going to paint the underside of my deck, and originally I was going to use POR 15, P-O-R 15 rust preventive paint, but I was looking to buy some of that, and it's like $70 a quart and $32 a pint. So I decided I'm just going to go with Armor Coat rust paint. It's a gloss black. I put this on the deck before and it seems to do a pretty good job. So I'm going to paint all the underside of the deck with this. It's probably going to take a couple of coats. The thing I like about this Armor Coat, or Tremclad is another one, another trade name. It's nice and thick, and it fills voids and gaps. So like if there's pits or pit holes or pit marks from rust, it tends to fill those up and makes the surface smooth. So we're just finishing up here. It took me about 20 minutes to paint this. Now there's one other piece I want to paint. There's a little bottom guard that goes on here. So I have that over on the bench. So I'm going to hang that up and paint that. So the underside of my mower deck now, it's got 2 coats of Tremclad gloss black enamel paint on it. Looks pretty good. I hope it stands up and that the grass doesn't stick to it, but I don't think that'll happen. But it'll certainly help it out a lot. They're max power, a set of blades for 42 inch. So I'll leave a link to these in the description. So this is the spindle. It comes with the capture nut on the top, which is good. Also has a grease nipple on there. It has the bolts to bolt it to the deck. It has the 5-star opening on the bottom. Mates up with the blade, so that's a good sign. And it also has this nut and bolt here to hold the washer to the spindle. That's good. I like that. One thing that came with it, and I was kind of impressed with, was there's lots of talk on the internet now about these grease gun locks. So, and they're expensive. I found them very expensive. So this set of spindles came with the grease gun lock. So isn't that handy? You get your spindles and the lock. I like it. I'm just going to open this box too to make sure that they're both the same. And look at this. It even came with the grease gun hose, but I'll leave a link to these spindles in the description as well. So there's the pulley. Here's a damaged one. So they're the same size and it's supposed to fit on here, and it does. So I've got gear here enough now to go to work and rebuild my mower deck. So that's what we're going to do, and again I'll leave a link to these drive pulleys in the description for the video. So we're going to put our spindles in. They go in from the underside. I'm not sure, there's probably a torque rating to what these should be torqued to. I don't know what that is. So because we're threading that into cast aluminum, it looks like, white metal of some sort, I don't want to over torque them, but I want to make sure they're tight enough they won't come loose. So, you know, what's the torque setting? I guess you have to use your best judgment, right? Now there's two ways to put a blade on, right and wrong, of course. I'm going to try and put mine on the right way. This is the cutting edge here, and this is the wing. So we want the cutting edge to face down, the wing to face up. And if this is the downside, then it goes on this way. We have this supplied bolt with the heavy duty washer on it, and it's a captive washer. So that goes in here. And I think before I put that in, I'm just going to put a little never seize on that, because I'll probably be changing the blades before I ever change the spindles again. A little bit of never seize here. What I find with never seize is you don't need a whole lot. So it's not important that they be timed, because as you see, they don't interfere with one another. I'm going to use the pneumatic impact to put these on. So here's the pulleys, and there's no top or bottom to the pulley that I can discern. That's loose. So when I put the pulley on top, I was checking them and I found some play, what I thought was play. It turns out that these blades don't get very tight on the spindle. I can probably explain it better with the old spindle and blade. This star shape here, it's a certain thickness, depth, and the blade goes on here. Now this blade happens to be proud of that star. On these spindles, the blade is not proud of it. It's like the blade was narrower. Now there's no danger of the blade coming off. It's on good and tight, and the star shape on the spindle is certainly going to hold the blade in place. But that was just kind of interesting to me, that blade would be loose like that. Well, I messed around with this a little bit. I just want to show you what I did. Look at it. I'm holding the pulley now. There's no more play. Isn't that awesome? How did I do that, you ask? Well, I'll just show you on the other side. Now, one of the things I noticed was this star shape is proud of the blade, right? So that means the blade maybe is too thin. I think a thin blade is probably a sign of the times. Everything getting cheaper to make. So what I did was I just took my angle grinder with the flap disc on it and just buffed the surface off this star. What did I show you? So what I'm going to try and do is just lightly touch this with my grinder. The blade is a little bit thicker now than what that spindle is. Then we put this back in. And then, no more play. Isn't that lovely? Alright, so that fixed that problem. One thing I did forget to do was grease these spindles with my new locking grease thing. So, I'm not sure how much to put in there. I'm going to put 8 pumps in. So there's 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not sure if 8 is enough or not enough. 7, 8. That was a nice little addition there, eh? That came with the spindles. Mighty fine, I'd have to say. So I was cleaning up the top side of the deck here. Got her looking a little better anyways. And then I realized I forgot to put these keepers on. These keepers are supposed to go around each of these rollers, or these pulleys I mean, to secure the belt. There we go. Okay, that's that one. Now we have to do the same thing in this end. That'll hold her, I think. I don't think there's anything else I'm missing. Like so. And then like so. Push that out a little. There. And then that goes around there. And around there. And that's it. Okay, if you're wondering what I used to clean my deck, I just used spray 9. I cleaned it all with spray 9 and a brush. And then I have this liquid wrench silicone spray. So I just sprayed that on everything and wiped it down with just a shop cloth. So it makes it look nice for a little while anyways. So I keep thinking I'm finished, eh? But I'm not. There's a guard that goes on here, and I had taken that off and painted it. So this is the guard right here. And it goes on with carriage bolts. The last guy goes in here. Now I think I'm finished. So what all I do on my mower deck? Well, I cleaned it underneath. Then I cleaned it on top. And then I put 2 coats of Trem Clad gloss black paint. It's a rust paint. Put 2 coats of that underneath. I oiled these front wheels. I put that guard back on here with new carriage bolts. I ordered 2 new spindles, 2 new blades, and 2 new drive rollers. Put those on there. I checked my belt over. The belt is in need of repair, but I have a spare one, brand new one. I'm going to run this till it breaks rather than take it off and then use it as a spare. I would rather run this till it breaks, keep my good one as a spare. I checked these rollers, they were good, so I think everything is good. And then on the tractor itself, I changed the oil filter, changed the air filter, changed the spark plug, checked the valves, and put a new gasket in the valve cover. So we're all good to go over there. And I cleaned it all up a little bit, well, as best I could, aired up the tires. Tires were down a little bit, maybe 2 pounds over the winter, not bad. And I think the tractor itself is ready to go. So we're going to slide the deck under the tractor, connect it all up, and then as soon as the grass is growing and long, we'll be able to mow, no problems. So my little video here about doing maintenance on my lawn tractor, getting ready for summer, turned into more or less maintenance on your mower deck. Man, my deck was in bad shape. I treated it some rough last summer, so I deserved all that happened to it. And it cost me a little bit of money to get it fixed, but it's good now. Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget, thumbs up, yay, leave me some comments. I hope the grass is growing nice wherever you are. Take care. We'll talk to you.